You know, after yesterday's UAW video, good morning, by the way, good morning. After yesterday's UAW video, it's kind of ironic how UAW workers, they want a voice, and they want to be heard, they want to be taken care of, but when you use your voice, you speak facts or logic, a lot of the UAW workers in the comment section of that video, they're just not very bright. The comments being left by them, not very bright at all. And I find it ironic that they want a voice, but when you start talking about something that's sensitive to them, oh, you can't have a voice. It's the democratic way. It's the communist way. You have to shut down the person that's saying something, that's speaking facts that may be against what you believe, even though you may be wrong, even though there may be a better way. They don't want to hear. No, don't say it. You're stupid. That's what they result in throwing names and it's the typical democratic liberal mindset. Whenever you are talking about something and facts are coming out, I don't know how many times I was told, oh, you don't have a voice in this. You don't work for the UAW, but I've worked union, and I've worked in the trades, at the truck shops, at the dealerships, and whatever happens with what's going on with them affects the rest of the world anyway. So when do I reserve a right to speak about something? When? I'd like for you guys to tell me when I reserve a right to speak about something that directly affects all of our businesses outside of the UAW. And all of the other unions that support the UAW with the work and the maintenance and the upkeep that they do to the facilities that y'all work in. So when do we get a voice? Or we just don't? We're just supposed to shut up, sit back and watch you guys destroy your industry by striking for something where there's been 7 different proposals put down on the table, and each time a little bit better, but you don't want to accept it because you're brainwashed to believe to follow a follower that's going to run you guys into the ground. I don't understand at what point you guys think you have any control over what somebody else says or does. And if you really wanted a platform to voice yourself and get your voice and stuff out there, then you'd start making some videos talking about it. I'm doing my part in what I believe is right, speaking out and openly on the industry and what's going on as a whole, and talking about the corruption and stuff that's from left to right, top to bottom. The lack of quality work that's being done, the lack of parts that are being put in our new vehicles, the people running these companies that are just embezzling and extorting and squandering away money on the backs of workers, while the workers believe that the union people that represent them are trying to protect them, when they ain't doing a damn thing. They're in the pockets of the manufacturers, just right along with the parade that's going on. They're standing right behind the director watching everything go on while you guys are thinking that somebody's representing you. They're pushing you straight into the ground. People are losing their jobs. 500, 700, 300. The industry itself, other places that have had mechanics are laying people off because they can't get parts for stuff. Unions are laying people off because they don't have contracts to upkeep the work because the workers won't be in the facility, so the facility's running. And the manufacturers don't want to pay union supporter workers to be there maintaining and upkeeping a building whenever the business is not in session. Sounds a lot like our government. Except they get paid whenever they're off. I don't get how it's okay for the UAW people, the ignorance that comes from a lot of the sheeple, to tell other people you can't speak about something that's directly affecting you. I mean, I don't know how many times I was told that. Well, you can't talk about that. You don't have a voice. You shouldn't say anything about it because you're not in the UAW. How stupid is that? This is the type of people with the mindset. This is the quality of person that's building these vehicles. At least some of the people in the comment section would say stuff like, my job is not really a skilled labor job. I don't have to think and do things or whatever it is. I'm just given a part and I've got to do something a specific way and put it on a vehicle or build something a specific way, and it's the same every single time. So yeah, I do get what you're saying, and I do think my union, him speaking about his UAW, is pushing a little too hard in these areas, and it could be catastrophic if they push too hard. because I don't have a skilled labor job. And I'm doing the same thing over and over again. And I do see how that could cause issues with workers getting cut and people being laid off, or robotics coming in, or outsourcing those positions because skilled labor is not involved. So to pay somebody like that that's doing the same thing over and over again, $30 an hour, when you could outsource it to Mexico or China for $14 an hour or $12 an hour with the equivalents, whatever it may be, what do you think they're going to choose? Exactly. They're not going to choose $30 an hour, same thing over and over again in a position on a line job. They're going to send it out. They're going to outsource it so they can save that money. And while a lot of you are out here talking about, the CEO is making all the money. You're not a fucking CEO. You don't know what it takes to be a CEO. You didn't go to college to be a CEO. You didn't do any of the business shit that these CEOs did to become CEOs. So at the end of the day, if you're not turning and burning to the point where you're gearing your life to be put in a position to where you can speak on behalf of a CEO, I'm going to use your logic. Shut your mouth. Because if you're not a CEO and you're not trying to be a CEO and you don't know what it takes to be a CEO, other than some kind of smart aleck comment that you're probably going to say in the comment section, then you don't have a voice. Your opinion doesn't matter. Now I'm going to use the UAW logic. So don't say anything. It sounds great, don't it? Sounds great when somebody else is speaking into your soul and getting you all razzled up and tizzy. You know how many threats I had yesterday because I'm openly talking about this? It would be stupid for any of you guys to try to show up and do anything to me. Anything. It would be really stupid. I'm strapped daily, for one. And the amount of threats that I got from people in the union, oh, you better watch out. I ain't worried. I am not worried. And that's the typical liberal union mentality. Threaten, call names. I am not worried. Trust me. You don't want this. I can tell you that right now, Chief. So threaten all you want, and you get a case real quick. And it ain't gonna be me. Anyhow, I just find the logic behind what's going on so idiotic, unthought of. I could have put some kind of retention package together that talked about a certain amount of shares, stock options that the employee got, long-term retention for a pay scale increase over a longer period of time, and smaller intervals to guarantee the job position unless something catastrophic happens or they blatantly do something to disrespect their job, that their job is retained no matter what. They got the holidays that they wanted. There could have been some long-term plan put in place that could not be broken had somebody have thought about this instead of 5 work days in 4 and 40% increase over the next 4. Oh, it's not 10% a year. It ain't nothing. That's a fucking lot. Somebody didn't think this through. At least with the stock options and long-term effect and how company, like any employee that's been with the company over a year, they automatically get a certain amount of percent of, or a certain amount of stocks. Anybody that's been with the company over 5 years, they get a certain amount of stocks. Anybody over 10 years, they get a certain amount of stock, so forth and so on, to make it equivalent to pushing all the way back to 2008. And at any point in time, do those stock options drop? Let's just say the stock options are at $12 a share at the height of where they came in. Let's just say right now it's $12 a share. Let's say a year ago or 4 years ago it was at $16 a share, but right now it's at $12 a share. From the point of when you got the stock, that's the value that it holds moving forward. And then if you ever choose to sell, the company pays the difference. Or if it goes up, well, then you sell, then that's fine. There's no company that pays out anything. Something written to where no matter what, you don't take a loss. And that way, this could be protected moving forward longer in a smarter, more managed way. But they don't have people that can make these calls for them, because the people that are making these calls for them are in the pockets of the manufacturers. While you guys are sitting here saying, oh, the CEOs, the executives, the people that run the company, your union leaders know what's going on. They're working right along with them. No, they know what they're doing. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for letting me express my opinion and not judging me for it, because I speak logic, I speak facts, and the union, although it can be a good thing, for the most part, I don't think there's really that much of a need for it anymore. Over the last, 10, 15 years, there's been too many laws put in place by states to protect employees. And you notice that they don't do a whole lot. A lot of the workforce outside of a union now is making the same pay scale as union, if not more now. Hell, the fast food joints and shit are all up to $16, $17, $20 an hour. And I was in a gas station the other day trying to get a damn C4 Arctic snow cone energy drink, and a fucking sign on the window said $20.75 starting pay. I said, what the fuck is this? Holy shit, man. So, the jobs are out there if people really wanted to make more money. They're out there. People just have to get off their ass and go do it. Take a chance. Taking a chance now. Take a chance. Anyway, I ain't got nothing else to say right now. I'm about to go start the shit show for the day. Put the monkey suit on. Start the program. I work in the automotive industry. I'm a co-owner of a business, and I try to do the best that I can for my employees and my customers, and try to lead by example. Some of that is being outspoken and talking about issues that I see. If people don't like that, they don't have to be there. They don't have to be here. They can move their ass on. It's as simple as that. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all. Be blessed.